My name is Mark Wilson. I am the President and CEO with the Coalition for Responsible Community Development. Our agency's mission is to change lives and build neighborhoods responsibly. Our organization's short-term goals is to strengthen our community economic development work and affordable housing and workforce development and increasing access to resources for local small businesses. Our organization's long-term goal is to become a competitive general contractor as one of the elite social enterprises in the Los Angeles County area, if not the state of California, as well as an elite community developer building more affordable housing to address the crisis and homelessness, particularly in the city of Los Angeles. Our organization's latest accomplishments is expanding our workforce development efforts in a way to where we're providing the most vulnerable individuals in our neighborhood with opportunities towards gainful employment and training. So that's individuals that's returning to our community from incarceration, individuals that are unhoused, young people that are aging out of the foster care system that find themselves homeless, or individuals that find themselves without employment. Our organization created a separate entity named CRCD Enterprises. One of the challenges, the big challenge that we had, was establishing a long-term business plan. And without a business plan, it created a lot of hurdles and provided a lot of non-direction of where the business could potentially grow to in providing the most vulnerable with employment opportunities, but also being a viable business. Services that we seek from CCEDA was first to establish a long-term business plan. We needed a 3-year plan that provided direction to the organization, but also to the staff. We needed to look at where were there resources available to support such a business like this. And so CCEDA's assistance and provided technical assistance in those areas where we were able to create a long-term business plan and seek resources like with the U.S. Office of Community Service, HHS, and other resources through banks and other supports that helped in that process. I would recommend CCEDA services to other businesses, whether nonprofit or for-profit. I think their experience and knowledge of small business, of social enterprise development, how to access resources, how to access capital can help any business out there in the state of California. So I strongly recommend CCEDA and its services.
Hi, I'm Joe Duran. I'm the Chief Executive Officer, Founding Chief Executive Officer of Stanislaus Equity Partners. We are a community development corporation based in Stanislaus County, Modesto, California. We've been in business now for 1.5 years, so we're still relatively a newbie, but I think we've had some really great success. Our mission of our organization is to try to create within Stanislaus County a place where our residents can participate and thrive in a life with hope and dignity. If you get involved in what's happening in our community, you can see that we have tremendous shortage of housing, as well as a very large minority representation here and individuals that don't necessarily have access to the types of products that they're going to need in order to thrive. I think that our short-term goals have been, obviously at the beginning, have some sustainability. So we were fortunate that when we did start at our inception, we were recipients of a $5 million grant from Stanislaus County, actually the county itself, to start the Community Development Corporation. And then use that initial funding to have the capacity to go out and try to find out exactly what the needs were in the community. I like to use the term, being at ground zero, trying to understand exactly what the community needs, taking that information and then bringing it up and then tying together what kind of assets by asset mapping are available to the community, and then work through that process. So we've accelerated pretty quickly. We were able to, in the first year, we ended up doing a project through Project Home Key, where we are able to house, and it's a brand new apartment complex. We got some funding from Project Home Key, utilized the funding we had from the from the county. And we were able to, at the end of getting the funding from Project Home King, actually own this brand new apartment complex, which is being used by behavioral health clients. So long-term goals, after spending the first year and a half really kind of sorting through things, we've pretty much hit our stride. We are right now from four different aspects. Number one is on the housing side. So we're starting off with accessory dwelling units. So we're a one-stop shop for the county regarding that. Secondarily would be to we call them tiny house villages. So we currently have two projects that are going on. Both of them are on church properties. One of them is an 8-unit village that will house at-risk families that don't have housing right now. And then the other one is another church that is going to house 9 units, and it's going to be for single moms. We're fortunate enough that in the last year and a half, we've been able to develop the model, and have got everything to planning, and it's ready to go. When we first began to look at the potential of having a CDC, that was a conversation that we had with our local community foundation, as well as the Stanislaus County, the county itself. And I was at that point in time, post-retirement, working for City Ministry Network as a chief financial officer, which I had been doing for the past 12 years anyway. So as we looked at it, we didn't want to make any kind of assumptions. So the community foundation said, why don't we provide funding for you, and you can go out and find a consultant to come in and take a look at the community's needs and how a CDC would fit in. We brought them on, and they did a comprehensive study. They interviewed, I believe, 50 plus stakeholders in our community, asked the right questions, did the right kind of scan, did all the demographics, all that, and their conclusions were very succinct and led the community foundation to actually fund us initially out the gate, as well as the county. It gave them the assurances that they need that led us to getting the $5 million grant, and also set us up so that we can hit the ground running. And so, it was very, very, very essential for us to really kind of get this thing going.
Hi, I'm Kerry Doi, President and CEO of a CDC called PACE. The acronym is the Pacific Asian Consortium in Employment. I am currently the chair of the board of directors, and proud that I've been a member of CCEDA for over 40 years. CDCs as a model plays a very important role in today's society. It began in the 60s as a model for community empowerment, especially in tackling the issues of racial disparities as well as economic disparities. Communities to have their own method of self-determination, CDCs became the model for community empowerment. All CDCs have a different profile, and so it's important for everybody to exchange ideas and how they tackle different kinds of problems while all trying to achieve the same end goal. And so that's why we needed to develop an association of CDCs in California, is for everybody to get together to offer ourselves trainings. CDCs are important in communities of color because of the disinvestment that has occurred. And as studies have shown, it's along racial lines. And so that's why it's important for CDCs to not only bring resources back into disenfranchised communities, but have the values that we all share. It is in the name, community development, right? We're all about comprehensive community development, from decent, affordable housing to small business and economic development, to creation of jobs, as well as workforce development. You don't have healthy communities unless you have those elements involved. And of course, education is the key to it all. The most important function of CCEDA is to bring CDCs together, so that we can share solutions as well as problems, right? And how we're able to build communities together.